Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. My name is Kejriwal. We're starting this edition with our top focus. Om Birla was re-elected as the Lok Sabha Speaker today after a rare election that was witnessed in decades for the post. Rahul Gandhi, as leader of opposition, said it is important that the voice of the opposition be heard and was seen even shaking hands with Prime Minister Modi and welcoming the newly elected Lok Sabha Speaker today. But soon after, a showdown erupted in the House over emergency after Om Birla, in his address, mentioned the dark days of emergency and called for a 2-minute silence. This led to uproar from the opposition benches. Take a look at this report.
The image of the day, the Prime Minister and the new leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, shaking hands as they welcomed Om Birla as the Lok Sabha Speaker for the second term.
I invite Sri Om Birla to come up and occupy the chair.
After over 3 decades, the country witnessed a contest for the Speaker's post, but the conclusion was foregone. An NDA candidate, Om Birla, was re-elected through a voice vote. Though the NDA was confident of its numbers, it had reached out to MPs of smaller parties to expand its support base from 293 MPs to 307. The motion for the Speaker was moved by Prime Minister Modi himself and seconded by others in the NDA. He showered praises on Birla, a 3-term MP from Rajasthan's Kota, saying he was an inspiration to many young parliamentarians.
इस आसन पर विराजमान हो रहे हैं कि आप आने वाले 5 साल हम सबका मार्गदर्शन भी करेंगे. आपके चेहरे को ये मीठी मीठी मुस्कान पूरे सदन को भी प्रसन्न रखती है.
I'd like to congratulate you.
But it is what opposition MPs said that gave a glimpse into what the parliament sessions in the near future could look like.
It is very important that the voice of the opposition is allowed to be represented in this house. The opposition also represents the voice of India's people.
आप लोकतांत्रिक न्याय के मुख्य न्यायाधीश की तरह बैठे हैं. हम सबकी आपसे अपेक्षा है कि किसी भी जनप्रतिनिधि की आवाज दबाई न जाए.
Minutes after Birla was re-elected, a resolution against the emergency was passed, with the Speaker saying it was a setback to Indian democracy.
इमरजेंसी के दौरान भारत के नागरिकों के अधिकार नष्ट कर दिए गए. नागरिकों से उनकी आजादी छीन ली गई. ये वह दौर था जब विपक्ष के नेताओं को जेल में बंद कर दिया गया. इमरजेंसी का वह समय हमारे देश के इतिहास में अन्याय काल का एक काला खंड था.
This led to protests from the opposition.
It's rather unfortunate, it seems to me, that the Speaker himself has ended up undermining that spirit with a very divisive statement about the emergency, which frankly was not necessary. It was 49 years ago.
समाजवादी नेता और समाजवादी उस समय के जितने जनता पार्टी या तमाम नेताओं ने भी उस समय को देखा, लेकिन हम पीछे मुड़ के कितना देखें, हम पास्ट को कितना देखें.
यही लोकसभा अध्यक्ष है जो एक झटके में 100 से ज्यादा सांसदों को निलंबित करेगा. आपातकाल में ऐसा नहीं हुआ.
BJP leaders spoke about the resolution, describing the emergency as the darkest chapter in Indian history.
Cabinet rectified on the morning of 26 June 1975. That is why today we passed the resolution in the House that such trumpulation of such demolition of the Constitution will not be allowed again. So we have taken a resolution.
Today was also the day Rahul Gandhi took over his first constitutional post. He is the 3rd member of the Gandhi family to become the leader of opposition after Sonia and Rajiv Gandhi. With Vasudha Venugopal, Maria Shakil and Sunil Prabhu, Bureau Report, NDTV.
All right, we have some more news now that we're tracking. Sam Pitroda has been reappointed as chairman of the Indian Overseas Congress with immediate effect. Well, this comes just a month after he had tendered his resignation amid controversies that erupted over his remarks on India's diversity as well as inheritance tax. Well, Congress party had faced huge criticism over Sam Pitroda's remarks, but soon after, now the polls are over, he has been reinstated as Congress Overseas Chief by the party. Shifting our focus now to some more news coming in from the national capital. Arvind Kejriwal has been sent to the custody of the CBI for 3 days following his arrest by the federal agency in the alleged liquor policy scam case. The agency had asked for Arvind Kejriwal's custody for 5 days but has been granted 3 days custody by the court. Well, Arvind Kejriwal was arrested by the CBI inside Delhi's Rouse Avenue court, and then he withdrew a Supreme Court petition challenging a stay on the grant of bail after his arrest in March in the same case by the ED.
यानी कि जो बेल मिली है, मिलने की नहीं बल्कि जो मिल चुकी है बेल, ट्रायल कोर्ट से जो मिल चुकी है, उस जमानत के आदेश पर जो रोक लगी है हाई कोर्ट की, वो हटने की और उस जमानत पर मोहर लगने की पूरी संभावना है। उस समय सीबीआई जागती है, 14 महीने के बाद सीबीआई जागती है। इतना तो कुंभकर्ण भी नहीं सोता था जितना सीबीआई सोती रही। आपको इन 14 महीनों में अरविंद केजरीवाल को आरोपी बनाने की याद नहीं आई? आपको इन 14 महीने में अरविंद केजरीवाल को गिरफ्तार करने की याद नहीं आई? आपको इन 14 महीनों में अरविंद केजरीवाल के खिलाफ कोई कार्रवाई करने की याद नहीं आई? आपको याद कब आई? जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट से बेल मिलने की पूरी संभावना है।
Well, a massive war of words has erupted between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP over Arvind Kejriwal's arrest, with the Aam Aadmi Party calling it a fake case against Arvind Kejriwal. Meanwhile, we'll keep an eye on the developments there and get you more. Some more news now. The centre has asked the Tamil Nadu government to submit a detailed report after a media report revealed that Apple supplier Foxconn rejected married women from iPhone assembly jobs in the country. The Labour Ministry has requested a detailed report from the Labour Department of Tamil Nadu. This has been found in the report that Foxconn shunned married women from jobs. The Labour Ministry has said it has also directed the Office of the Regional Chief Labour Commissioner to provide a factual report. Well, what we are learning is that the report cited the current and former employees saying that family duties, pregnancy and higher absenteeism are some of the reasons why Foxconn does not hire married women at the plant which is located in Sri Perambur. And this is the latest that we are getting at the moment. Now, a report has been sought from the Tamil Nadu government with regards to the case. We'll get you more on that. Meanwhile, the new criminal laws are all set to come into effect from July 1st. Zero FIR, registration of police complaints online, summons through electronic modes and mandatory videography of crime scenes of all heinous crimes are the key highlights of the 3 new criminal laws that will come into effect from July 1st. Now, the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023, Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita 2023 and Bharatiya Sakshay Adhiniyam 2023 enacted late last year are set to replace the British era IPC Code of Criminal Procedure and Indian Evidence Act, respectively. Well, some more news now that we are tracking. This is from Maharashtra. The Maharashtra Assembly session begins tomorrow and is expected to be a stormy one with the buoyant Mahavikas Aghadi after the Lok Sabha elections. With elections due in a few months, MVA is gearing up to corner the government on multiple issues as the Mahayuti has a blueprint for the future.
It is going to be a stormy monsoon session in Maharashtra from Thursday as the state is heading to polls in a few months. While ruling Mahayuti is set to propose a blueprint for the future, MVA is gearing up to corner the government on multiple issues.
उद्यापासून आपलं पावसाळी अधिवेशन सुरू होतंय आणि या अधिवेशनामध्ये ठरल्याप्रमाणे विरोधकांनी बहिष्कार घातलाय. आम्हाला वाटलं होतं चर्चा करतील, येतील आणि चर्चेतून बरंचसं काही चांगलं जनतेसाठी होत असतं, परंतु त्यांची चर्चा करण्याची बिलकुल इच्छा नाही.
MVA held a strategy meeting on Wednesday on how to take on the government on the floor of the House. Buoyed by its impressive performance in the Lok Sabha elections, MVA is in a combative mood. Issues like farmers' distress, rampant drug use, illegal activities in pubs, law and order issues, Maratha reservation are likely to be raised by the opposition.
इन्होंने सरकार ने 2-2.5 साल के अंदर में ना किसान का भला किया, ना अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट का कभी विशेष सब्जेक्ट को उन्होंने हाथ लगाया, यहाँ के इंडस्ट्री को बाहर चले गए, हमारे यहाँ पे इन्वेस्टमेंट हो नहीं रहा है। लाओस में जो पैसे की बात करती है, लाख करोड़ इन्वेस्टमेंट की महाराष्ट्र की बात थी, वो नहीं हो पाया।
Mahayuti is also planning to announce a bunch of new schemes in the session, including one to attract young women voters to boost its electoral fortune in the upcoming elections. The opposition, bolstered by its performance in Lok Sabha elections, is all set to target state government and seek answers on various issues. It remains to be seen how Mahayuti will counter opposition's tirade in the assembly session. With video journalist Rajendra Dayalkar, this is Radhika Ramaswamy for NDTV.
Meanwhile, the Bombay High Court has said that it was a shame to see commuters forced to travel like cattle in the local trains, which is a lifeline of Mumbai. Hearing a public interest litigation on rising number of deaths of commuters due to falling from overcrowded trains or in other accidents on the tracks, the High Court has said that this very serious issue must be dealt with. The court has said that it will hold the top officials of both Central and Western Railways accountable, as the situation in Mumbai was pathetic. All right, some news now coming in from Pune. The Pune Municipal Corporation continued its crackdown on unauthorized structures at pubs and bars in the city for the second day today in the wake of alleged consumption of drugs at a local bar. As part of the action, the officials of the PMC building department demolished illegal structures of some prominent bars, including Escobar and FML Resto Bar in Baner during the day. The Pune police has also held 2 men who were seen with a drug-like substance in a video captured at the bar that had gone viral. All right, shifting our focus now to some more news that we're tracking. This is from Tamil Nadu. The number of dead in Tamil Nadu liquor tragedy has risen to 63. There was uproar in the Tamil Nadu Assembly as well, and the government now has sought 10 days to submit its report to the Madras High Court, while 2 petitions have been filed by AIADMK and PMK leaders seeking a CBI probe into the matter. They've alleged connivance by police and complicity of the ruling DMK functionaries. Take a look at this report.
The Tamil Nadu government has sought 10 days' time from the Madras High Court to submit the action taken report it had wanted on the illicit liquor tragedy that has so far killed 63 people this time and 22 a year ago. 2 petitions have been filed by AIADMK and PMK leaders seeking a CBI probe, alleging connivance by police and complicity of ruling DMK functionaries.
MK Stalin is hell-bent to save his own party men who are hand in glove with the culprits on this illicit liquor, and he doesn't want the justice to be given to the people who lost their lives.
Last week, the Madras High Court had made some strong observations asking the Tamil Nadu government whether any lessons were learned from the methanol tragedy last year. It had also directed the state government to submit the action taken report to prevent illegal movement of methanol. In the assembly, demanding Chief Minister MK Stalin's resignation, AIADMK Chief EPS wanted a discussion during the 0 hour. The Speaker asked them to wait for the question hour to be over. There was ruckus and the key opposition party was suspended for the entire session.
மக்களுக்கு ஆற்ற வேண்டிய ஜனநாயக கடமை ஆற்றாமல் வீண் விளம்பரத்தை தேடுவதிலே முனைப்பாக உள்ளது. ஆனால் இந்த துயர சம்பவம் குறித்து உண்மையான அக்கறையுடன் உரிய நடவடிக்கைகளை இந்த அரசு மேற்கொண்டிருக்கிறது. இதுதான் நமக்கும் அவர்களுக்கும் உள்ள வேறுபாடு.
The state CBCID is investigating. 21 people have been arrested, including alleged bootleggers, transporters and those who supplied methanol. And 1-man commission too is inquiring. The government has suspended the SP and several police officers, besides transferring the collector and the ADGP enforcement. But the big question, will families get justice and those responsible held accountable. In Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find the TV.
Well, 63 innocent lives have been lost. Will there be a CBI probe? That remains to be seen. It's time for a short break here. More continues on the other side. Welcome back after the break. It was a historic day for Nagaland as the state held its urban local body polls after 2 decades with first ever allocation of 33% quota of seats for women. Well, a total of 523 candidates were in the fray across 25 ULBs, including 3 municipal and 21 town councils.
A crucial urban local body election in Nagaland after 2 decades. With a historic first, for the first time, 33% seats were reserved for women across the 25 urban local bodies that include 3 municipal and 21 town councils. This election has a huge significance. Nagaland enacted its Municipal Act in 2001 and the first urban local body elections were held in 2004 without reservation for women. In 2012, polls were declared with women reservation, but they could not be held following objections from tribal bodies which opposed the quota. In 2017, the state government attempted to hold polls with 33% reservations for women, but it backfired. Protesters attacked and set ablaze government buildings in parts of the state. After the 2017 violence, a few women groups first approached the High Court and then the Supreme Court in this matter. The Apex Court, in its order, had asked the Nagaland State Election Commission to notify the polls with 33% women reservation. Later, the state government paved way for the elections to be held by making certain necessary amendments to the Municipal Act.
First time, casting vote for me in the ULB election, and reminiscence from the parents' history. So it's interesting, and it's good to see that this will bring and uplift the colonies.
Many national and local parties are contesting the elections, including the BJP and the Congress. In Guwahati, Ratndeep Chaudhary for NDTV.
All right, shifting our focus now to some more news that we're tracking. Monsoon has arrived in various parts of the country. Parts of UP, Bihar and MP have received monsoon rains. Well, monsoon has arrived across India from Gir in Gujarat to Jodhpur in Rajasthan to Bhubaneswar. The line that you see is the monsoon line as of June 26. Now, heavy rain alert has also been issued for the national capital as well as Haryana and Chandigarh in the next 48 hours. Some more news now. Allegations of an India hand in the alleged plot to eliminate the Khalistani extremist Pannu figured prominently in recent talks in Delhi between US National Security Advisor and his Indian counterpart Ajit Doval. The US also stated that technology transfer to India on certain key technology items would be impacted by New Delhi's relationship with Moscow. Vishnu Som has the details.
He said India has been responsive and that we seek accountability from the government of India. Now, earlier on, the Indian government had said, and I quote, there is an ongoing investigation of the high-level committee set up by the government of India to look into the security concerns shared by the United States government on networks of organized criminals, terrorists and others. During the visit, the US side also expressed concern on the transfer of some high-tech items to India because of New Delhi's proximity to Moscow. Mr. Campbell said, we are clear about what areas are affected in the relationship. We have expressed some concerns. We are seeking to advance our technology partnerships. It's not surprising where we had different perspectives due to historical ties. Significantly though, the India-US strategic relationship continues to be strong with progress on a host of areas from semiconductors to jet engines to drones. The US Deputy Secretary stating that technology is at the heart of our ambitions.
All right, some more news now. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is back home in Australia after a plea deal allowed him to walk free from London prison. There were emotional scenes at Canberra airport as the WikiLeaks founder kissed his wife and hugged his father. For the past 14 years, Assange has been in a legal battle with US officials who accused him of leaking classified documents which they say put lives in danger. The plea deal saw Julian Assange plead guilty to one charge of conspiracy to obtain and disclose national defense information rather than the 18 he was originally facing.